All right, I will declare a quorum and call this special meeting to order. It was posted accordingly, and we have one topic discussion regarding the new districting or any changes that need in Brown County. And I guess you've had a busy morning already.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Afternoon, I
You've
guess.
been up in Eastland?
Eastland, and we had a stop in Comanche on the way down.
Yeah. How was Judge Davis?
Very good. Well, good morning, Judge.
I keep
saying more.
I keep threatening to keep telling her we're going to offer an economic incentive and steal the Harvest restaurant off the square over there and bring it bring it to Brown.
That's a good one.
Mr. Riley,
Yes,
if you would,
Yes,
please state your name for the.
Yes, my name is Frank Riley. I am here on behalf of Allison Bass and McGee, Austin Law Firm. Y'all are familiar with them, but happy to be here to discuss with you your proposed redistricting, because every 10 years after the census, since 1971, counties have been required to adjust their commissioner precincts based upon population size to be sure that the concept of one person, one vote remains intact. It's required by the 15th and 14th Amendment of Texas law. So it doesn't matter how much you've grown, it just matters how you have grown within your own precincts. The magic, according to the Supreme Court, is 10%. So if there's less than 10% deviation between the largest precinct and the smallest precinct, in essence, then you don't have to redistrict. But if it's greater than 10%, then you do. And assuming we take out the prison population, most counties do want to do that, and I assume you all do too. Then the maximum deviation in Brown County is 14.44%. The largest precinct is precinct 1, and the smallest one would be precinct 2. And so we need to make some adjustments between those. And one of the simplest things, so you don't mess with each other's county roads as much and don't upset your current plans, is perhaps maybe to work some census blocks within Brownwood. And I don't know what guidance you all want to give me on that. We can sit here and try to work through a plan today, or I can look up a suggestion and send it to you. However y'all would like to do that. It won't take long, because you're not having to move very many people, just a few hundred folks. And to do that, we can either crowd around, if you want to do that part of it, and look at numbers and stuff, to do that. We can either crowd around my computer, or I can try to project something up on the wall.
Do you have a projector
I
with
do.
you?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Wouldn't it be easier just to shoot it on the wall and look at it?
yes, it would. Is that one, this one, whichever one's,
They usually do it on this one right here.
That one's a
It doesn't
little
have that
bigger, a
line
little
in the
clearer. Yeah.
You can pull this out.
Yes,
Yeah, you can pull that out and see the side over here. No, the side.
Oh, this side. That's great, okay.
Yeah, very good. Ooh.
Said to do that for some, you had to do that for, virtual meetings, I'm sure.
Yes, yes. And I don't like virtual meetings. That's all we're doing.
So 10 years ago, we within 10%, but I was the smallest precinct then too.
Sounds like.
Was number one's the largest precinct 10 years ago?
I think so, I think it was. I wasn't here, but
I'm saying, do we need to adjust a little more to be ahead of the game 10 years now, or should we even consider that? Don't consider that? We have to change.
the population,
We're not required to count the prison population.
You are not.
That would make it worse, correct?
It would. You'd have a 25% or so deviation.
Well, I was thinking we had to count them.
You don't.
No.
It's totally.
They're not voters.
Now, your county vote, you would want to consider, but we have that in there. We just take it out the long term.
The prison population out there are registered felons and they cannot vote. The only thing we have to redistrict is the voting public.
That's
correct?
basic. And there are, you could consider them if you needed to. All right, sir.
That's it for that. I was thinking, maybe it was in my training or something. He's the expert. We just want to make sure, we have, a justice of the peace and, a few others that live pretty close to the edge of their,
Of their precincts, so we don't pair them together. We'll be sure
or
of that.
redistrict them out of their.
We have their addresses.
Y'all send those to us, and I'm gonna find out ahead of
Yeah, I
time.
ran the map off to sheets, so we would have their pinpoint, their addresses pinpointed, but,
You have that, that would be,
While you're,
yeah, why don't we get set up, that'd be great.
I thought Doug and Harold said they were gonna be here.
I just talked to Harold. Said he was out doing something else right now. But Larry Franks was supposed to have sent everybody's addresses, not just ours, but all elected officials to the.
They did.
But he said he didn't have one like still today for, with the COVID.
But so long as any incumbent is not drawn, lines are not drawn against them or out, then I think your plan is probably
Probably
good.
gonna work.
Yeah. I know mine is, I live about 2 blocks or so from one of my lines. You know, Harold's the same way. And if Doug lives on 16th Street, he's well inside because the line goes down Ogden Avenue and then back across on Shaw Drive. So, and Constable,
Felt like them.
they're the same way,
Is it all of them safe?
I believe so.
Worked last night.
You know what, I have a huge screen television in my courtroom, like it's on wheels. You like to bring it in?
Your Honor, that would probably be, might even be more clear than.
Sorry. I'm getting skinnier, but I'm not that skinny.
Anybody I know.
How pretty. I like those. I got these over there.
Yeah, it may look different too.
They were all potted. I mean, is that even the pink ones? All of them painted plant. Oh,
Population wise.
Population.
We thought 10 years ago, we'd be more have to grow, because all our stuff was built on the north side of the lake, but it's.
I told my hope, mine and yours, I'll give you all the like railroad boats.
It's a mix of fun.
last 10 years, that
I never.
Well, I don't remember which one was the biggest one, I just know I was the smallest a few years ago.
So it's still the same as you?
Under 10%,
Is
yeah.
it still the same as you? You're still small, you don't know?
I'm still the smallest,
You're still small.
but I don't know who was big, I remember who was 10 years ago.
I'm
Yeah.
sure it's still
Oh, well, my parents might change it, it'd be even weird.
Right.
Is that to pass around here?
I'm gonna get this cleaned up some more.
That's all.
Yeah, but it looks like, I mean, it looks great. I love,
I'm
The
99.71,
you know.
you're 86.16, 3 is
There's a big old stump
97.41,
that's in there. It's
4
on
is 91.96, so you're still the smallest
the side of
in
this table.
population,
And
and
there's
1
big
is still the
cracks
largest.
in the middle of it. You wanna put
So this is one.
bricks where you put flowers and that goes up. And then there's one tree that's growing off from this stump.
I don't know if that was 10 years ago, because they didn't put that in.
Clean up from around it.
Oh, by the other side, look for the one.
Okay, right.
Tell me
Look
what
at
you want.
It's jail. Kind of here.
it.
Here's one.
It's a big old stump that's in there. It's
Yeah.
all-
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's, I mean, what is it? You know,
Okay,
about 49, 60 people.
Oh, okay.
You did a C-section because you were too big. Oh my God.
But for now,
Yeah.
they don't show a lot of detail. See it, you know, especially when you get into the city. So.
While we're waiting, we are now in the new House district and the new Senate district. Well, then the next year will be
We'll be after 24.
this term. End of next year. Spiller will be our rep. He's already been by, seems like a pretty nice guy. David Spiller. He's a lawyer out of Jacksboro.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, if we move it.
Jacksboro. We go all, our district goes all the way from Red River
Running around.
down to Mills and Mills County at the bottom.
Aw.
Makes sense. They're all kind of, we're the largest population base. Around here. He's a little worried, you know, somebody from over here would decide they want to run, and he's from Jack
I
County.
know my granddaughter is too. She just
She's a real, seems like a real nice guy. I talked to our new senator on the phone, and
She's sassy. Oh, yeah.
you'd ask me. Dang it. It's not a very big Senate district, actually.
That was the first shot,
The one I saw was gonna put us in with
Looks
Lubbock,
like a mom.
they decided not to do that.
She's pretty. Yes, she does. Same face shape.
Do you remember who it is, what number it is?
We're gonna have Charles Perry.
Not gonna be a very good place,
It's
hey.
gonna be
Can you run that without getting
She's a sassy.
Shane and them Bill Steve back a ways or?
Yeah, we can back this up a bit. Try to pull my.
Your daughter's name is Azalea.
Matthew, we need to go back.
I won't buy chicken.
That'd be nice.
Azalea.
Joel might, but I'll stop.
She likes to dress up.
Mhm.
There, now you go with the slack.
Thank you.
There's much more detail in yours than here.
Oh, yeah.
Zoom us out just a little bit. All right.
So we're in a situation also, I'm sure you're aware, where all 4 precincts meet here at the courthouse.
Right,
So that the offices can be right. Yes.
I guess that's probably the courthouse.
No, it's not.
There used to be a law.
They don't own it.
I'll give away my
Not
parking lot
exactly
over here.
close.
Actually,
I thought that.
actually, that's not even close to the courthouse, that intersection.
I'm gonna have to restart that program.
Yeah, courthouse is up here.
Yeah, the other side, yeah.
I said, holler if you need me.
Thank you, man.
Sorry, sir. Yeah, while we're looking at this before it goes away, I'm trying to get it to restart. But if you were to take some of this area here, that's in precinct 3, you know, see what I'm doing? If you take some of that and put it in precinct 2, and you took a little of this from precinct 1 and put it into 2, you'd pretty much be there.
Yeah,
I'm disoriented. Where is this exactly?
but see the line,
Austin Avenue.
Okay, that's Austin, all right.
and that line that he was just referring to, that's Avenue K.
Yes, Avenue K is,
One on 4th Street too, the one other one. Right?
yes, sir.
I don't know where that's. It's over there by me, actually.
Not too, yeah.
4th Street.
But right where he was talking about taking some out, there's nobody lives in that.
Middle of 4th Street town to
That'll just kind of
basically
help
judge, you know.
tie the two together, because you gotta have a boost. on it.
Streets there.
Right, right. Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be a great, what you just said, when it comes back up.
If it comes back, it will.
So which precinct got the largest population increase?
Yes, one.
One? And what is that? What's the cause of that? I mean, why just
It's really frustrating.
Well, Rick-
All of my good stuff's gone.
new housing development, new housing?
Yeah, which is,
I like those.
I thought all good housing was a problem.
yeah,
Much of it.
I was surprised when I saw that, because I can't see where there's just been an area out there where,
The precinct, I mean, the parking.
unless there's a lot of people who have land out there who have moved their permanent residence out there over time.
Some of them have.
Yeah.
There's been, what's that apartment complex?
The villas out there on 377.
No, that's one of them.
Yeah.
But by the
Oh, the school.
school, out there by,
Yeah.
past the school and,
Right.
and where all the baseball fields and stuff are, it's on,
Oh, yeah, yeah.
On Rhodes Road.
Oh, those townhouses on Indian
Oh,
Creek
Indian
Townhouses.
Indian Creek Townhouses.
Yeah. Oh, that's
That's-
right.
That's a big one, and,
Cause see, that's,
but it's not 1,400 people, I mean, there's,
no, but that's 300 or 400 people probably.
right, at least.
Yeah.
And, trying to think what else. Been a new housing development right at the high school, or
Yeah.
right around the high school, that's in mine. Brent Mosley's building a bunch of new houses
Yeah.
and stuff in there. And they're building a bunch out
And in the
here
Fourth
by
Street.
yeah, in the Fourth Street by where the water tower is.
Yeah.
They're building a bunch of new houses in there, a big new subdevelopment, but there's been some increase, but not just one cause. But most of it is new construction.
So let's see if we can figure this out from here. I can go back and take some time. I'm frustrated because I created a map that had all the streets and like everything else on there. It won't open for me. But we were looking at this area here, taking from precinct 3 and putting in precinct 2. And then when you do that, then 2 and 1 meet, and we can take some from 1 down here and move it to 2.
And what the streets are that?
You would ask. So that's why let me see if I can get the streets at.
See, that-
Now, you should ask.
That's kind of the southwest corner of like Austin Avenue and K. From Austin Avenue and K out down to Coggan Park.
And all of that's in Wayne's.
Yeah.
Where he's taking,
I'm in.
That's-
UK,
Yeah, but not all the way to,
no, on,
Yeah.
on Fourth Street. And then down the middle of
Yeah.
everything on the left of Fourth Street.
that's in Wayne's precinct.
And then right down there where, what's the name of those streets? Like a little jag back in there on the other side of Fourth Street.
Fourth Street.
Yes, out there by the high school, I mean, you know, a few blocks this side of the high school. I would think of, my sister used to live where all of them,
But no, we don't have anybody in office that lives anywhere down there.
you
No,
know,
uh,
I could give all that
it's
up.
where Paul Walter Senior used to live, and he built a bunch of those houses right in there years ago.
but that's not, is that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little jag of it is.
So there's the streets.
That should help.
You go down there to let's see.
Let's see, there's K, 5th, 6th, 7th.
Tiana, what street did your brother and Monell live on?
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
Yeah, that's one of them.
That's one of
Yeah,
them.
see right there, see where it's at, Wayne,
Yeah,
see where Berkeley is?
yeah,
My daughter used to live on Berkeley too.
yeah, right there. Let's see.
Berkeley right here.
So wait, is Greenwood taken?
But that's your precinct, isn't
And
it?
that little shift would solve the problem.
Part of it's in Wayne's.
Yeah, let's see what
He
we can do
goes,
here.
he comes down Fourth Street on
Yeah.
the
I'm in Wayne's.
west side, and I think he gets Berkeley in there,
Oh,
and then goes.
Yeah, there's that little,
okay.
there's.
Berkeley's not very
So if
long.
all the
No, that's not.
precincts don't meet at the courthouse anymore, we're not required to put our
No.
JPs out.
There's depending on the size of the county, you can have, their offices can either be in the courthouse or in the precincts.
Used to, every precinct started from the
Yeah, it
courthouse
went out.
and went out from there. Like Joel would come in from the north, and I'd come in from the south, west, and east. Everybody ended right here at the courthouse.
You don't mind losing.
Or started.
That was good, I mean, look
And that
like
was,
easier.
that was the way the legislature set it up back in 1836.
Wow.
But it's changed a little since then.
Yeah, that'd be fine.
Dad told me one time that when they set up precinct or streets, there'd be 4 guys start out from each corner of the courthouse with a white handkerchief in their pocket and start walking.
No,
When they couldn't see that white handkerchief anymore, they had to stop.
just square it up.
And draw a line
What
to
you
it
need out
and
of
go.
the precinct.
That's why they set precinct lines.
Right, see right here. Right along there, huh?
Now, if he knew that to be a fact or not,
Right.
you know, or he was just making like good stories.
Oh,
I
one,
bet he
one,
believed
one,
it.
He could have been either one of my dad.
I know, but I bet he believed it.
There's not any voters on the floor either. They didn't have to vote, do they?
Just as long as you don't say anything about the race of others.
They don't have no races, they're all American.
I'll be happy.
But any line that doesn't, take an incumbent out of his district, I'm fine with.
Yeah, I agree.
And as long as it makes the ratio,
Yeah, there you go, that's a pretty fancy tool.
They didn't do it right there, wouldn't they?
You come pretty close, that would bring 2 within 2.36, 3 is very close, 1's still a little over. So
Yeah.
you could probably still
You
take
still,
some,
I was gonna say, you can keep going that same direction if you just win.
that puts them all extremely close.
I think you need roads in it.
It's the horseshoe, folks are good.
Lean.
Yeah, but you cheat horseshoes.
But you know, that is pretty odd though, that Wayne carves out that much of this stuff. You know. It's odd that 3 has that little chunk of town.
well, it's all in the numbers.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, he's got the,
You're not taking demographic.
No, I've got
demographic consideration, you're just working on
We're real
population.
But I think the demographics are gonna be, I mean, we'll take a look, but demographics are pretty constant throughout the whole county, yeah.
yeah,
Kind of impossible to make a majority district out of Hispanic votes, just because the population is scattered.
Spread out. Where does Ted live?
Bang.
So
It is north of Baines up there, you know, where Turner
Drew
Golf.
Bridge.
You go north, you go up there.
You said Tennessee Cruiser, we're ready.
Christian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I passed the school of your and all
Oh,
that.
you know, good ways out there, you make the S corner.
But I would,
He's
I'm not saying that's kind of something I don't complain about that.
I don't know why I thought you lived out in Shamrock Ford area.
No, like I said, I shaped the old magic 8 ball and I went to that, so named the circus and I'm chasing all around.
You would give up a little of that.
I'll give up everything except on the north side, the south side of the lake.
Yeah.
We'll come to the little short road.
Why don't you give up?
I don't think you sneak up that way.
Well, if we're trying to add population to 2, is that what we're doing?
We were.
We were, sorry,
Yeah.
I'm trying to help you.
Let me take a look here.
Yeah,
See
2, a
what-
little like
let's see
Shamrock
what
Shores.
we're-
I've
You
got,
can, you can still add a little to 2. 1 is still the most overpopulated. 2 is barely the next underpopulated, I'm sorry. So, I mean, I could take a couple more out of this, maybe with this. Go ahead and take a couple more out of that without doing much else. Does that, to your knowledge, we'll double check this when we get back, but to your knowledge, this doesn't take anybody out of any precincts or, okay,
I don't know the answer to that. I don't know where they live in town, or
let's see, just,
I don't know where all these city folk live. I'm gonna turn them on, have a boot like Sicily's got, where it is.
I don't know where Robert lives. I don't know the street name that Harold lives on, but I don't think we're anywhere
No,
close.
I know where Harold lives.
Yeah, I do too. We're not anywhere close to it.
Two houses down.
He lives in 2 houses down here. Oh, okay.
City's on 16th, Doug lives on 16th Street.
Where's Robert?
That's what, I don't know where Robert lives.
Harold lives on Hendricks Street.
Got, Robert Mullins, you know.
Third time around.
yeah,
We're
that
kind of
was
the
good.
only
I think
ones
that
that-
change, that probably,
Yeah.
it's just awfully close.
As long as you don't get to Brook Hollow,
Those-
What'd you give me anyway?
Hmm.
What'd you give me anyway?
Oh, yeah, the nice way of that.
Yeah, it is in downtown, like,
Yeah, she's got one.
Thanks, property.
Next month,
It used to be copper.
November. Mm-hmm.
Still is for a time. Because we ain't got no
We'll
cops.
get you a deviation of a little under 6.
We'll see. I may come up with something else.
We could
Right
get
now,
closer.
it's a very pretty dress.
We're just shooting for under 10.
Preferably under 7.
Big green,
what are we at now?
goofy.
About 6.
6?
I've been there, done all that.
Like I said, as long as it doesn't take an incumbent out, I'm fine with it.
Good one.
A bright.
I am that, yeah.
Session.
Not
So we got a little out of
Yeah.
3 and most of them, that way to get to
I
reach,
remember
reach,
four of
reach,
her time. Not that.
get 2 and
1
one
and
together.
3.
Get 2 and 1 together and you start taking a chunk out of 1. So we can go down there and get 3 and 4 and start getting to do something different, because they're separated. 3 and 4
I
really
bet
close.
he's like just talking when you be there, and they would close on the day.
If you all are good with this, we can put this in a good match format, bring it back out to you, then have the full public hearing is required. Require 10-day notice. Take that, and then if you need to make any tweaks to it, but you're happy with it.
Yeah, exactly.
No camera.
Sounds
I don't have to
good.
worry about the lights.
Where is that at? We're down there on 4th.
It's in Brownwood.
Well, I'm just trying to see where there's, that's 7th Street, 6th Street. Where some of the major streets are close to there.
Well, K, see right here, that's a, right here's K. So you're picking up Coggin Park and then everything west, well, 2 or 3 blocks west.
So that little number 8, Coggin Park?
Yeah,
There's no county roads in there.
No, I just trying to figure, I'm just trying to visualize in my head where it's at, so I got
he's
an
trying to visualize the voters down there.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know any of the voters there, I believe, I mean, I might.
So we have published, 10 days before we have a public hearing.
Yes.
So. Did you hear that, Stephanie?
Yes, sir.
If it fits everybody else's, what it's gotta do, I'm okay. I don't have a problem.
I'm good.
Really, that change.
You get my mind, I don't care.
And then
You good, Wayne?
Yeah, man. I got rid of
All right, sir.
something I didn't need.
Thank you all very much. The only other thing I request is to have an order before you to start the redistricting process, if you have it, to order redistricting to occur. It was in that packet that we sent out, and just for you all to formally adopt that as well. They, again,
Today we can't.
Stephanie didn't, but she only posted this meeting as a discussion. I can turn on Monday's meeting.
yeah, that's fine, that's plenty.
We can get it.
Here's the order.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Maybe that's Stephanie.
We'll get it, our agenda goes out on Thursday, so another couple of days, and then we'll make sure it gets adopted on Monday.
First one, they used to have some max layout on the gym floor, and that took forever, used to do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, this is a lot easier in a lot of ways, a little more complicated in other ways. Kind of nice to be able to see it straight up.
So the demographics, they won't change this much, I was already.
No, sir, back, let me take this.
were y'all involved in drawing the house maps or anything?
We were not.
So say,
Unless Jim might have had a hand in the call or two of them, Jim Allison, for Jim was, we just kind of left it, didn't want to.
we were gonna say ugly words too.
I tried to stay away from the county during the special sessions.
I think we're getting screwed on
That's
the York County side.
I live in Vernon County, and they've got us, our district going all the way from there, Central Oil District from Vernon County all the way down to Atascosa, south of San Antonio. Or it's just, just a couple counties down from here.
Yeah.
Our new rep is really, he came over and had breakfast with me. He's really worried because Brownwood is the major population, but he comes from now a tiny area. He's worried somebody's gonna come from Brownwood and
Well, I'm sure Francis is gonna look in. And I'm sure that guy's making.
To your point, the
Where she lives.
Yes, sir.
Cisco,
precinct 2, I think was the highest, 24% Hispanic.
I think that's what
And now
Roger
it's
is.
27%, so nothing else district precinct.
Rogers lives in Powell.
I know, that's what I'm saying, he cut the Cisco out, because he didn't want Francis to run.
Yeah, we were, I don't think we had to.
So
Which
this
is,
is,
which is good.
Mine's
I
already
mean, that's what
fixed.
ours is.
Super nice, yeah, he just won a special election, and now he's paranoid that somebody from Brownwood is gonna announce.
Or you can just repeat them.
Because that's the county he's in is like 5,500
Frank
people.
Riley, an attorney
You
with
do,
Allison
sir.
Benson, the
Yes.
Color and print and everything like that.
I thought,
I thought we went up here, to Eastland County to Breckenridge and then over and up to the.
it's pretty simple.
Is that right? Pretty close.
And like,
And then we go down St. Samuel, we got the,
If you, yeah, me or.
we got 7.
yes,
Comes, yeah, comes down through Jacksburg, Stevens is
no, we can't, about one
is
county.
one county, and then it spreads out.
Yeah.
It comes
they
down.
even have
Kept us about one county. Yeah, he lost, everything south of us is gone, and everything west of us he lost. You know, we used to
That's a long
have
way.
Breckenridge and
Yeah.
so now,
What is it about
What do we
there?
do?
nothing. We had Hood County and, yeah, US Congress. Woodward lives in the same.
Yeah. The family live, a lot of the family.
Coleman County went to, group garbage.
And we still have the majority of the minority population.
So yeah, he lost everything west of us, and we're his last Westwood County, Woodward. It's, starts out there at, Midland, Odessa, and just works all the way down the interstate.
Congressional districts and things.
Yeah, no, that's, you guys.
That's what we were discussing, I'm sorry. Yeah,
No, no,
I'm good.
I'm not. So.
I'm sorry it's not an action item.
That's all right, no, that's fine, we'll get it, we can just fine, and, then we'll get back in touch with you.
Well, and so when does the clock start on the 10 days for the public hearing?
You do know that we all.
Whenever you're ready to, I mean, you can do it anytime after
I know.
you adopt your order.
Okay, all right, so 10 days from this coming Monday is when we do.
Yeah.
Just clarify and make it clear to people.
Do we have to notify the individuals that are getting changed, or is there any particular thing we have to do to notify them?
Not at all. The only thing we have to do is we will do it for you, we have to file with the Secretary of State's office in Austin, that's it. And then when you send out your new voter cards, everything you'll have out there all.
When does it go into effect?
But when you had the public hearing, the ones that don't know then which ones are affected by them, they'll have them have to show.
You'll have to-
And how was us compared to Easton? Did you have to do a lot more in Easton?
No, less.
Rex is still the judge of the.
He's retiring though. Yeah. He said he's done.
When does all this go into effect?
For the next election cycle, so.
The
The
primary,
next primary.
primary coming in March?
In March,
Supposed to be?
unless the courts
It won't
change.
be March, will it?
Don't you think? I think
That's trying to make it.
Earliest I think it'll be is May.
Really?
Yeah.
Because everybody's having to do this? Is that the reason?
One of the reasons.
Let me go somewhere else.
Yeah, have you heard anything?
Biggest
about what-
reason.
No, I've not heard much. I mean, I'm trying to follow what they're doing in the courts, but it's still pretty preliminary. And my guess is the state legislative lines, they probably won't mess with much of the courts, but I think the congressional ones are subject to a lot more scrutiny. So
Well, do you think that the primaries will be bucked back?
I think it's more likely than not.
That's
As
an Austin lawyer answering.
Yeah,
I would,
I mean, it's hard to say.
It
It is.
I would say the earliest primary would be May.
Does that
Like it
change,
was.
does that change the filing period in December?
It will.
14th?
It will.
Yeah.
Makes it further out?
Yes,
Really?
It's how many days prior to the election?
I see. I didn't know how that worked.
Yeah, everything.
Everything will be.
everything will follow where the primary
I see.
election day will be.
I'm ready to just get it over.
But we don't know when that'll be, do we?
Well, that's what you're saying. Like it was in 2012.
No.
When we're voting on early.
When I came in.
That's what we're just discussing. When is it gonna be March or May?
Oh, when they're voting, we're voting.
Our filing period.
Oh, that's November.
Already was. But the primary election was not part of mine.
Oh.
No, they're already doing, they're already voting. on
I
that.
didn't miss it.
So it's no different than it has been in the past when
All
it
right.
happens.
With that being said, anybody, I'm ready to adjourn, y'all. We can stay and visit, but just.
Thank you all very much for sitting on this
Stephanie,
special
they need to
meeting.
be running the camera and all.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we are adjourned. Thank you.